Welcome back to KTN Weekend Prime. Let's now go farther afield, where the March-started meeting between President Donald Trump and Russia's Vladimir Putin finally took place. The result? Not much to write home. Peter Zamaliev, a Ukrainian-American analyst, says nothing much was expected from the talks anyway. This story was prepared by Alex Carrier.
Recent past. Here was President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. Away from this interesting reaction from Putin and the anxious journalists, Trump said the meeting was not so bad.
There's no deal until there's a deal. I will call up NATO in a little while. I will call up the various people that I think are appropriate, and I'll, of course, call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting. It's ultimately up to them. They're going to have to agree with what Marco and Steve and some of the great people from the Trump administration who've come here, Scott.
Putin also having his way, but in Russian, and also inviting Trump to Russia on a very light note in English.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see it possibly happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all. Thank you.
For the third year now, Russia's war on Ukraine has gone on, reaching an attrition. Diplomatic fallouts and isolation of Moscow have been of little help. Europe has been standing in Ukraine's corner, supplying her with weapons and a diplomatic backing. However, Trump, who campaigned on ending the war, seems to be giving mixed signals, according to some analysts. Peter Zamaliev is a Ukrainian-American political analyst.
It was like a red carpet unrolled for Putin, literally, right? And as he was walking up to Trump, Trump decided to clap to Putin. I don't know for what. What is he clapping to, right? That Putin is still able to walk? I don't understand that.
He's of the view that Trump and his approach will not yield much.
We're seeing how all these new, international agreements are not worth the paper they're written on. That's why I think this aggression is also dangerous, because it tramples over international law. It violates the principle of sovereignty of nations, and it instills a new principle, which I think both Putin and Trump are adherents of, right? The principle of might makes right.
He also says that the notion that Ukraine has had its own dream of joining the European Union and NATO should not be an excuse to allow Russia get away with the war.
I think Vladimir Putin's argument about NATO has been disingenuous, you see, because it's precisely his actions, right, in Ukraine that have led 2 new members to join NATO, Sweden and Finland. Without this invasion, this would not have happened. And I will also say, before 2014, the start of the war, right? That's the takeover of Crimea, you remember, majorities of Ukrainians were against membership in NATO.
Ukraine has been pushing back against Russia, but with little outcome on the front lines. With Trump now promising more talks between him and Putin, some European allies of Ukraine insist that Kiev must be part of the dialogue. However, Trump seems to be of the contrary opinion, as he seeks to achieve outcomes from his brand of diplomacy. But the world doesn't know how and when this will be realized.